What's going on, guys? This is another episode of All Things Sports. I'm your host, Kleiny Lua. Thank you guys for tuning in, and this is going to be an Oakland Raiders edition with the NFL free agency frenzy. Well. Oh, man, the Oakland Raiders, my Oakland Raiders, have gone out there and made some pretty interesting moves, I should say, right? First, we're bringing Antonio Brown via trade, which wasn't bad. I got to say, I don't hate it. I'm not overly in love with it, but I'm excited to see what's going on. The fact that we didn't give up neither of our picks in the first 35, we have 4 of them. That was tremendous. We really thought getting someone of Antonio Brown's caliber would have cost us at least 1 first-round pick, maybe even, or at least a second pick. We didn't give up either one. Good job there, Raiders. So we bring in Antonio Brown, who for 6 straight seasons has had 100-plus receptions, 6 straight seasons of 1,200-plus yards receiving, 4 of those 6 seasons, double digits in touchdowns, 15 last year, the 2 that he didn't, 8 and 9 respectively. So we are getting one of, if not the best wide receiver in the game. He's 30 years old, which isn't ancient history old. You also got to figure, how's he going to be playing with others? Now, I know there's the video of the Pro Bowl with him and Derek Carr and the chemistry, and I like it. You also got to think, come on, man. I mean, what's he going to say? He going to go out there and say, hey, man, this guy sucks. He can't throw. No, the Pro Bowl, whether you're selected there or you're an alternate, you're still getting the top-level football players in the league out there. It's Hawaii. Everyone's having a good time. You're having fun. It's not real heated competition. So, yeah, of course you should expect that. That is good news for the Raiders organization that those two have a small bond already. But when I mentioned, does he play well with others, one of the issues in Pittsburgh was Antonio Brown having some frustrating issues with Juju Smith taking some of the shine away from him, some of the routes, some of the catches he would often get. AB, that is, was going to Juju. So you got to figure in Oakland, we need more than one wide receiver. Is Antonio Brown going to like the fact that we may draft or bring in another free agent, that wide receiver, that goes out there and makes plays? Is that going to be an issue for him? Is he going to throw a temper tantrum? Is he going to shave that mustache gold again? Thank God he got rid of that. His boy coming to Oakland with that. But nonetheless, he's going to be there. He's going to be out there causing havoc for the AFC West secondaries, which is going to be good for us. Our offense is going to be thriving in that sense. Offense is also going to be doing good because we went out and we signed offensive lineman Trent Brown from the New England Patriots, bringing in that whole Super Bowl mentality, knows how to win the Patriots way. Yeah, that means nothing. That honestly means nothing. You go through the history of Super Bowl players on Super Bowl winning teams going someplace else, doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. It doesn't. But Trent Brown, given his age and what he's done so far in the short time in the NFL, he's actually shown that he could be one of the best tackles in the game. Von Miller, I believe in 2016, 2017, said that was one of the best and toughest offensive tackles he's had to go up against. So if you have one of the best pass rushers in the game giving you that type of high praise, it certainly speaks volumes to what you could be. The only issue I have is there hasn't been a good track record of former Patriots players leaving New England and going on to being successful with other teams. Really, the only 2 who did so is Chandler Jones, who's now with the Cardinals, who's still wrecking havoc on quarterback, and Wes Walker, who went from Tom Brady to Peyton Manning. I mean, come on, you're pretty much saying, yeah, I'm guaranteeing I'm going to be successful here. Other than that, it hasn't been that good on either side of the ball. So you really do have to wonder, oh, man, did we overpay for somebody that's not going to live up to the price tag or the quote-unquote hype that he brings? We shall see. Last year, we spent a first-round pick on Colton Miller out of UCLA. Where's he going to go? He struggled at left tackle, but he was a rookie. He still has to develop physically and learn the scheme. Are we moving him now to the right side where, in a way, he kind of has to learn a whole nother position? We shall see. We just paid Trent Brown all that money. We're not going to move him out of position, are we? So we'll see how that all figures. We see how all that works out. We got rid of. Oh, man, help me out with this. Asamili, our left guard, we traded him to the Jets. And if I mispronounce any names whatsoever, I went to public school in the inner city, guys, so please excuse me on that. I do apologize. No disrespect. But we traded him to the Jets, which it was a bit of a stinker because he's one of not the best guard in the NFL, and he was tremendous for us going to the Pro Bowl in 2016, 2017. Unfortunately, suffered through injuries last year, so we really couldn't see how he would pick up Tom Gable's zone blocking scheme. I guess with the injuries and him not being more so of a zone blocking guard, they decided to move on from him. Hey, we have one of the best offensive guards in the game. We have to protect our quarterback, right? So what are we going to do? Are we going to keep him, or are we going to move on from one of the worst offensive line coaches in the NFL? Come on now. You know what we're going to do. Yeah. So Tom Cable, I know he used to be a head coach for us, was offensive line coach in Seattle. Now he's here with us. Not a good reputation. Not good whatsoever. Granted, could be that maybe he just isn't finding the right guys to fit his scheme just yet, or his protection that he wants to do. That could be all very well true. But a lot of evidence has shown, nah, man, you just probably not the man for the job. So we'll see. We also went out there and signed LaMarcus Joyner, which is pretty good. He's getting, what, $42 million? 16 guaranteed. Good for him, but that's also going to be good given that even though he's, 5'8", 5'9", on a good day, he's very versatile. Could play safety, could play the nickel corner, get there in the slot, which with the NFL now, so many spread offenses, you got to have somebody who could cover inside, and that was something our secondary was routinely getting ate up on. So hopefully he can come in, play the air in those positions, and provide us some stability going forward. So that should be something interesting to pay attention to as well. Now, in making this video, I did see that the Raiders apparently pulled out a Le'Veon Bell running, which I would say is good in a sense. Which sounds crazy that you have one of the best running backs in the game at only 27 years old, very versatile, could run the ball inside, outside, could catch the ball, and yet we don't want him. I think it's a good deal only because of this. One, you have to think, he does have some injury issues. Not like he's missed a ton of time because of injuries, but as you get older, those could pile up. But also, his price tag would really shove a dagger into what we're trying to do with our cap space and the rest of our roster. He's got to try to make up for the money he lost last year. No need to do it on our dime. So I would say that was a good move on the Raiders' part if we are truly out of the Le'Veon Bell running. Now, as time goes on, this video may not age well, and we end up signing Le'Veon Bell, which for then I'm going to look like a complete tard, but until then, okay. But with what's going on here, you got to say, okay, what are we going to do about some of our other positions? We still got Jared Cook, the tight end that's out there. Are we going to sign another corner? Are we going to look to get any linebackers? Hello. Some of the top linebackers are already off the board as far as C.J. Mosley from the Ravens. He signed with the New York Jets. Anthony Barr was apparently going to sign with the New York Jets, but he pulled an Antonio Brown Buffalo Bills move, decided to say, nah, I'm not going to New York. I'm staying right here in Minnesota. Anthony Barr staying there, which I thought Anthony Barr would have been a very good pickup for us. Not only could it be an excellent pass rusher for us, but he was under Mike Zimmer, the head coach in Minnesota, who was a defensive coordinator in Cincinnati with the Bengals, who was under Zimmer in Cincinnati with the Bengals. Our defensive coordinator, Paul Gunther? Again, apologies on the name. So it would have seemed like, okay, he's very familiar with the defensive scheme. It would be an easy transition for him. He's a needed pass rusher, and it would have been pretty good. Plus, the year that Anthony Barr came out, it was in the same draft class as Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack, and Khalil Mack and Anthony Barr were actually two linebackers considered for the Oakland Raiders when Khalil Mack was drafted. Obviously, we drafted Khalil Mack, which was great during the time he was with us. Thanks, Gruden. But it does show that Anthony Barr was at that level, and since being in the league, he has maintained that he is still one of the best linebackers from that class and in that time period. Maybe doesn't get the same accolades Khalil Mack does, but, different defensive schemes, used differently, that all plays a factor into it as well. But he is a very good linebacker, so good for him staying in Minnesota, doesn't have to move, but, man, that would have been a nice one if we could have got him. Sedarius Smith, also from Baltimore, like C.J. Mosley, I thought would have been a good grab. But he's going to the Green Bay Packers, who, shout out to the Packers, man, trying to go out there. You're bringing in Preston Smith, Sedarius Smith to rush the passer. Good for you guys. You bring in, Adrian Amos, the safety. They're really trying to spend some money to say, look, Aaron Rodgers voiced his displeasure. Our fans are making it known. We got to go out here and do something better, which, honestly, if you're an NFL team and you have a franchise quarterback, why aren't you trying to do more to put around them so that you can win? Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen, whether you like him or not. Don't listen to Skip Bayless on that, because apparently to him, he is the worst. But Aaron Rodgers, A.A. Rod. Not A.A. Rod, A.A. Ron. Excuse me, my bad. One of the best quarterbacks there, yet hasn't had much help on both sides of the ball for the majority of his career in Green Bay. But what do the Raiders do? Now that some of the other guys, some of the top guys in positions of need are gone. Well, you look at the draft and you say, well, with our 4th overall pick, if we keep it, we're certainly going to look to draft one of the top defensive players. Nick Bosa, Quinnen Williams, Josh Allen. Most likely, 1 or 2 of those 3 are going to be there. Unless the Cardinals, the Niners, and the Jets decide to go ahead and draft all 3, and the Cardinals most likely overlook Kyle Murray, then yeah, okay. But if 1 or 2 of those players are still available, well, then we're definitely going to get one of the better pass rushers there. I do question if Josh Allen would fit our scheme and what we're trying to do, and would he be able to translate from his spectacular season at Kentucky onto the pro level in a different scheme. And then also, I'm kind of weary about Josh Allen from this perspective. He kind of bursted onto the scene at Kentucky in like the last year there. It's almost like a contract year for a player in the pros where, you sign for, you drafted or you sign a contract. You haven't really done much, been okay. And then the last year before you hit free agency, you just, bam, became an all-star or a Pro Bowler or whatever the case may be so you could cash in. Sometimes you got to be wary about those kind of players and whatnot. So for Josh Allen, we'll see if we do end up taking him. If it's somebody else, I wouldn't mind Quinnen Williams from Alabama, the interior lineman. We put him out there. That would be very good for our interior line. Or Nick Bosa. Most likely he won't be there at 4, but we shall see. But what about the other picks? Well, we need a linebacker. I doubt he would be there, but let's just say, what if LSU's linebacker Devin White is there at 24? Do we overlook him for another position? Now, our defensive coordinator and Gruden last year did say they did not believe in drafting linebackers so high because with their system, their coaching, and how they can go out there and align guys, they tend to find good quality linebackers in the mid to later rounds, i.e. one of the free agents that the Raiders might be bringing in later on in free agency is Vincent Ray. Vincent Ray was taken, I believe he was either a 6th or a 7th round pick, might have been undrafted, but he goes there for Cincinnati and flourishes in that system. So our DC might be like, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to go out there. I don't want a linebacker in the top picks. Granted, if Gruden wants it, go ahead and get it, but may not want to get a linebacker too early on, which will be pretty unfortunate because you figure Devin White, Devin Bush, and Mack Wilson, 3 of the top linebackers, should be there when we pick in the 20s, but we might overlook them for players of other positions. Granted, we need to fill a lot of holes, but if 1 or 2 of the best players at their position of need is there and we overlook them, man, that's going to sting for sure. But the Oakland Raiders, I would say for the most part, have been fairly smart in what they've done so far in free agency. They're not going too crazy and just throwing money at guys. You can't buy a championship. If that was the case, the Dallas Cowboys are half 10 right now. So you got to go out there. You got to be smart. You got to get guys who you feel are not just going to help you in the immediate future, but for the long haul. If I sign you to a 4-year contract, I don't want you to be productive your first 2 years. I want you to be productive all 4 years. 6-year contract, give me 5 good years, whatever the case may be. So they've been pretty good in that. Although with this money they're giving to Joyner and they're giving to Trent Brown, we didn't have that money for Khalil Mack last year? If we had him, don't know if we was to have the 4th overall pick, but if we had him and a 4th overall pick, the combinations we could put together then. But because we didn't keep Khalil Mack, gave us some cap space and another 1st-round draft pick. So I guess it's like a catch-22. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of what the Oakland Raiders and how you like their offseason so far. Who are some players still out there that you think they need to go ahead and grab? Let me know in the comment section. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, everybody. Peace.